gender pronouns were, said he identified as a bed.
As a bed? Okay. So, he, she, sleep. Well, we sleep, right? Yeah. Anyway, they're off and they find 50 rupees in the sanctuary. And in case you don't recognize the sprite that DarkShadow59 is using, that is the pug sprite popularized by probably the most famous Link to the Past player there is, the legendary Andy.
Both players looks like they're setting up a Houlihan room run.
Yes, they're taking slightly different routes to set up the Houlihan trick, but they're both going to end up getting it, looks like. And Fouton is in. He's going to collect his 255, I believe, rupees, or 245, something like that.
Yep. You know what? I've never actually used the Houlihan trick in an open race because I've always gotten lucky with the rupees, but it seems to be a popular strat that I'm seeing more and more in this tournament.
Yeah, you see it a lot from the early crew. And, ooh, we got the power gloves early on in Link's house.
It's a nice pickup early on, and then Fouton's going to head north to get the first part of Escape, at least, it looks like.
Probably go visit the uncle and the first chest down in Escape. Can't really do too much else without a weapon, and they don't have a weapon at the moment, so they can't really traverse too much further down.
Nope, but they're following identical paths up to this point. Not overly surprising. Most of the routes are pretty close to each other until we start getting some items of value where we can see some route divergence. Otherwise, everything ends up being pretty close to identical. Doesn't matter which order it's done in.
And the uncle, unfortunately, only has an arrow upgrade, so nothing of relevance there. But a big 300 from the side chest, so they have the money for Zora already early on.
Yeah, I doubt they'll be going to Zora quite yet. We'll probably see them dive over to Kakariko, see what kind of value we can get after purchasing some bombs and seeing what's in that entire village there.
Well, I'm sure they'll probably take a look at what the... what is DarkShadow's doing? He's catching the bombs from the guard and trying to kill the blue guards with them. I've never seen that before.
I've seen it only once or twice. It's definitely swag.
That is pretty insane.
Dark Shadows is taking a dive into Escape, just seeing what kind of value we can find down there already.
Well, you can really only open this first chest. You can't kill the guard. Ooh, the bombs are getting dropped by the crab though, so that's a really good start for Fouton.
Pick up 5 bombs, that'll save him a little bit of money and let him open up some other things. So, great thing there.
Only 10 arrows in the first chest and Escape, so Dark Shadow's going to head on out. Well, Fouton sees just an arrow upgrade behind the Lumberjacks, so for that purpose, Aghanim 1 is not required. However, we may still see him be killed because we can't get to the east side of Death Mountain without it. Or the east side of the Dark World.
Still hoping to see a map check here before too long.
Yeah, try to see what the things are. Full heart for where the mushroom usually is, and Fouton's gonna go pick it up. I don't blame him. Try to get as much hearts early on because you need that early health to sustain yourself.
Especially when you go that much longer without any sort of weapon or sword. You need as much health as you can because you're tanking a lot of hits otherwise.
More bombs underneath the Thieves hideout in the forest.
And with those bomb pickups, Fouton doesn't have to go buy it. He can just go right into the standard routing through Kakariko village.
They go right into Blind's Hunt and get these 5 chests here, and then go into the well, get the 5 chests there, and hit up the rest of Kakariko. More 300 rupees down in the Blind's chest, and more hearts. So nothing's really open to seed up, but definitely good safeties and enough money to get you through the entire seed right away.
Red Boomerang for all you Red Boomerang fans.
There's Red Boomerang fans.
Well, there's like 3 of them. I don't like discriminating.
It's like San Diego Padre fans. You think they exist, but they don't. And now here's where I got the hate mail from the San Diego Padre fans.
You know what? We Royals fans heard it all, so we can knock on the Padres. I'm fine with that.
Okay, you guys won a couple years ago. You beat the Mets, so that's good. Obviously, I'm a Yankee fan, so.
All right. Well, this is not an MLB thread, so let's see what else we got.
Nothing much Noel looked like. Just more pieces of heart.
I'm starting to get Vietnam-like flashbacks here. We're not seeing a whole lot of value yet.
Especially a sword. We need a sword.
Like anything early, please. I'm begging you.
How about blue mail?
Well, blue mail's going to be handy early without a weapon, but we still would rather see a weapon, I think.
I think they're looking for weapons also instead of blue mail. No matter how good the banana hat looks.
Still, we haven't gotten a whole lot of upgrades. We'll see if anything else goes. We're kind of following standard routing. I haven't seen a standard route for a while other than the Houlihan room and then Dark Shadows going in to get that first chest and escape.
Yeah, that's why Fouton's got about a minute lead, because I did not catch what was in there at all.
Piece of heart.
Okay, so it's nothing. And Fouton's going to go see what's at the end of the race game. And we see just an arrow upgrade, so he's going to save and quit and head back to the house and probably head down to the dam, which is usually what most players do at this point.
Yep, not seeing a whole lot of variety right now. It will be tough getting through that mini Moldorm cave as usual. All you have is the bomb, so if you're not good with bomb strats, it won't help you, and only 9 bombs as well. He hasn't gotten a single bomb upgrade yet.
Unless, of course, you find a weapon in one of these first, in the 2 chests in the dam, whether it be the chest or when you actually drain the water.
I'll take either one at this point.
Just another heart container.
We're waiting with bated breath to see what's going to be going on here.
And another big 20.
So Fouton's going to be forced to use his 9 bombs. Well, he'll only have 8 bombs by the time he gets actually into Mini Moldorm, so he'll have to be efficient with them. One, 2, 3.
Yeah, doing real quick work and takes it done cleanly in 4 bombs.
Meanwhile, Dark Shadows is heading into the back.
We saw the flippers there on Fouton's side. Flippers and money. Meanwhile, Dark Shadows.
I wonder where this is pointing us towards.
Ooh, the Moon Pearl hiding in the 3 chest and escape. That's a really good find. Once we get Darkhold access, we don't have to worry about looking for that.
It's nice to see that Moon Pearl early, so we're gonna theoretically will open up quite a bit without having to search too much further.
And now Dark Shadows is going to go follow Fouton's steps through the dam in the Moldorm Cave. Well, Fouton's going up to Ice Rod Cave.
Yep, it's a pretty common step right here to go up to Ice Rod Cave before you do a fake flipper. Although you don't need to fake flipper.
Yeah, Ice Rod Cave is usually a low percentage play, but you just want to get out of the way. You don't want to worry about it for the rest of the scene.
It's one of those that because it's available so early, you're worried that if you're missing something, you have to reroute, and this one is way out of the way, so might as well get it while you're in the general area.
Yeah, the only other way that would be faster is if you get both the boots and the flute, and you flute to 8 and quickly get over here. But getting it done out of the way 10 minutes in is definitely a good play because you don't have to worry about it for the rest of the night. So now we will see what's on Lake Hylia Island.
Oh, Dark Shadow's rerouting. He's gonna, looks like, check Agnes Cave.
It was just a 50 rupee over on the island, but yeah, an interesting take to go left instead of right. I guess he's not that. Oh, we got to check, and we got a blue pendant, and I believe crystals 1 and 7. Blue pendant at Desert, crystal 1 at Hera, and crystal 7 at Eastern.
Well, an Agnes Cave typically is a low percentage play, but sometimes if you can find value, it's kind of a high risk, high reward play right now.
It's definitely a unique play, and if it pays off for him, he can take a nice lead. Well, Fouton likely to take the Whirlpool up to Zora and get the chest up there. And speaking of paying off...
That's going to put Dark Shadows way ahead because most runners don't check Agnes Cave until they try to route Desert into it. Taking that risk is going to be a big payoff for Dark Shadows in the future.
That hammer will let him open up. First of all, it gives him a really strong weapon. And it'll allow him to open up the Dark World once he has access to it. Ether on the Desert Ledge, that could come into play later.
Meanwhile, Fouton's not finding a whole lot of value in the Waterfall Cave. Let's check to see. He looks like he's going up to Zora as we predicted. 1,000 rupees.
Yeah.
Drop in the bucket.
Well, it's half of his life savings.
Life savings being for the past 11 minutes and 45 seconds.
Well, of course, yeah. Well, that's how long this single game's been around, right? This seed.
That's his life. I mean.
Yeah, it's life savings.
Meanwhile, Dark Shadows is taking his hammer. He might be able to get through this just about as fast. Hammer is a little bit awkward.
Ooh, the duck call from Zora. That was worth the 500 rupees.
Definitely, and that'll negate a lot of the lead that Shadows has right now.
Well, that'll also be a sign to probably go up to Death Mountain and check up there a little bit.
Well, without mirror, I mean, there's only a couple things that he can check right at the moment. Then up there.
Well, he's gonna go get his Moon Pearl first, which that's a good play because you know these 3 chests are back here. Might as well just get them, and he'll be happy when he sees the Moon Pearl.
Yeah, but can't really get to Eastside Death Mountain without at least the mirror.
Yeah, you need the mirror or the hook shot.
If you're Shadows, you got to be feeling pretty good about yourself because he's gone out of his way to get some of the other things. Don't think Fouton's gonna head over there anytime soon. So if he can hang tight and then get the flute, which is kind of a standard play, then he'll maintain his edge.
One other play that they haven't made yet that is open to them is going to Sahasrala's hut, getting the 3 items there, and taking a first dip in the Eastern Palace because it's open to you.
And it's a crystal dungeon. At least start to get that thing worked on. Although I've seen a lot of runners try to route Eastern in with Pod when they have the mirror, try to put it off as long as they can.
Yeah, but when Eastern is a high percentage play because it's open so early, what I do and what a lot of other runners do is they go through it as much as they can if they don't have the bow, and then they'll come back to it and defeat it after they defeat Pod.
And we didn't even rise for the Swag Duck anthem.
Well, the sound's not on Fouton's side, so I didn't hear it. Fouton is fluting back to Link's house, and he's probably going to make the Sahasrala play. He's going to check. He's going to get his map checked now. It's a blue pendant down in Desert.
Yeah, Sahasrala is a high percentage play. There's a lot of treasure chests in a small area, so no reason not to get it right now.
Yeah, there's 3 chests you can get to here. There's only 2 up in Death Mountain you can get to at the moment. And if he finds the hook shot here, or the mirror, he can open up almost all of Death Mountain right away.
I think you and I are both happy to see at least some sort of weapon within the first 15 minutes of a run.
Yeah, at least they're showing a little bit of progress here, unlike the one we commentated on a few hours ago. Well, it was all red, but it was only full heart and $40.
Yep, not a lot of value there. Nothing to really progress Fouton in any direction.
So DarkShadow's going to go up to Zora. He'll get his flute from Zora and check the waterfall cave himself. Fouton heading over to Eastern and going to go check what he can see in there.
Well, we'll see what ends up happening. At this point in time, you kind of wonder if you would rather see him find something in Eastern or not. The issue being that if he finds something that can progress him somewhere through Eastern, it will put off him checking Agnes Cave even longer, which might put him even further behind.
Yeah, exactly. Like, if he finds the hookshot here, he's 100% going up to Death Mountain after this. Well, there's the first item. It's only 20 rupees.
Only 3 items available in Eastern, so if he gets a quick 3, then we'll see him dip out pretty quick.
Unless one of them's the bow, and then he'll just finish it.
Shadow's doing his safe quit. He's gonna... I think we should all properly rise for the Swag Duck anthem this time. Put my hand on my heart and all.
Didn't catch what Fouton got out of the right side Eastern Palace chest. I'm assuming it's probably just a compass, though.
Both of these runners look like they're incredibly efficient in most of the strats here, making quick work of the spawn rates in the skeleton room and being incredibly efficient in how they're running.
Please rise for the Hyrulean National Anthem. And we were just talking about it. I told you it was the hook shot.
You called it, Rambler.
Commentator's blessing.
Why didn't you do that last match?
Well, last match I said I wanted to see that it was no sword for an hour and 30 minutes. Did you hear me? Oh, I didn't say that. Okay, I'm sorry.
No, but that's gonna put off Fouton going to get that hammer and Agnes for a long time.
But at the moment, it's not a huge loss. The only difference is he can't go over to Hera at the moment. However, he can do all of the right side of the Light World Death Mountain.
Shadows looks like he's going right up, following in his footsteps too.
So he'll get the hookshot, and he then can go back and take care of the rest of Death Mountain, especially Tower of Hera, because he has the hammer.
What I'd like to see is... Okay, bomb upgrade on Spectacle Rock. What I'd like to see is if...
Ooh, some drugs in Spectacle Rock. He's going to go in and grab that, because you never know what that might turn into.
So I'd like to see something important being hidden. Like, we're going to see a mirror up here and something important be hid.
Did you just notice what DarkShadows just did? DarkShadows did not go into Eastern. He went straight to Death Mountain. He forgot the hookshot.
Ooh.
So
seriously?
This is the same thing that happened last seed. One player has the hammer, the other player has the hookshot.
People are going to stop wanting us to commentate their runs here.
There's a difference though, because the last time they were in their vanilla spots was absolutely brutal. Here, at least, you know, they're in weird spots, weird but commonly gotten spots. So they'll be able to find them pretty quickly, I would assume.
Shadow's making his way through the dark cave, trying to get the old man here.
Yeah, and he made his way through, no problem, using the boomerang as his former strategy. But the old man decided to rip him off and only give him 5 upgrade on the bombs.
Fouton's got to be a little bit careful. He's only got 1 bomb left.
Some blue Gatorade, or as you like to call it, Baja Blast.
Telling you, come on, Pepsi. Let's work out this licensing deal.
Look, we actually have a chance at Gatorade after what happened in the first race of the tournament.
They needed that long-term, endurance energy.
Ooh, silvers!
Ooh, silvers!
Don't have to worry about those today. And the Titans mitts. So the east side paying off. Fouton's gonna try to bomb jump without the sword. Let's see if he gets it.
That's an interesting strat there. I don't see it too often.
He got it.
Got it in 1 shot, and he had to. He only had 1 bomb.
Well, even if he didn't get it, he would have fallen down and gotten up anyway, taking the long way around. Vamos on the floating island.
We got our check for Dark Shadows. He's going right to turn in the drugs.
And Fouton's going to take care of Resident Sleeper Cave. Ooh, the Cane of Berna.
This is an interesting seed so far. We still don't have a sword, but we have weapons, we have some value, we have progress here through everything.
And then the superior boomerang is at the end of Spiral Cave. Strictly superior.
In every way, shape, and form, the bloomerang.
All hail Lord Banana. Speaking of blue things, Fouton's gonna go turn his mushroom into a protective cane.
Cane of Berna really is one of my favorite items. It's underappreciated, I think.
It kills blind.
Kills blind, gets you through the spike maze, helps you with Vitreous if you have nothing else.
DarkShadow's going to go finish Escape. He already took the first chest, but now he's going to check the rest. Fouton has his Titan's mitts. First, he's going to go visit Sick Kid because he has the bottle.
That's a good play right there.
And Sick Kid gives him his lunch money.
Now, did Sick Kid give him his lunch money, or did Link take his lunch money?
Well, he sold him the Baja Blast for 20 rupees. I think that's how it went down, right?
And then he said, "Nyaha, not for you." And Fouton diving into the dark world.
So he's going to go check out what's going on. He already has 11 hearts. Wow, we're only 23 minutes in. He has 11 hearts.
Yeah, this has been a love fest of a run.
And he has Blue Meal. So the fake item in there was the 100 rupees. The real item was the almighty 1 rupee. The way the logic works with the chess game, I don't know if you realize, was the second item you get is always the item. The first item is what is usually in the pool minus the piece of heart, like 100 rupees or a bomb or something. And we found a Quake in the bombable hut in Thieves Town, or Village of Outcasts.
So that's 2 pendants that we know where they're at. Quake and Bombos up on the floating island. So we're about 2/3 of the way in finding out what every doesn't matter if Misery Mire, Turtle Rock, what we have.
DarkShadow's he's taking a very long death warp because he had full hearts and he had blue mail, so it took him forever to get that death warp. But he still saves time instead of going through it all again. He's gonna go check out the last chest in the dark.
That's, you know what, that's impressive. It's not an easy dark room to be going through.
Well, Fouton going to go visit Alec Baldwin, see what he can dig up in the back there.
A lot of value we've seen coming out of the digging game in this tournament so far. Maybe not our last one, but still a lot more value in this version of Randomizer.
Full heart's not terrible.
Well, I mean, when you already have this many hearts 25 minutes into the game,
it's 4 times as good as the vanilla version, so.
True that.
And Fouton going to go take the world tour, but he can't quite do it fully without the mirror. But he'll go visit Stumpy and see what he has.
Yeah, and I've been asked not to call Stumpy by my nickname, so done.
That was fast.
It's like people don't like history lessons or something.
And we didn't quite see what it is because of the dark room.
Did he even see what it was?
I mean, if he heard it, it might have been like rupees or something. He's looking now, and oh, it was a shield.
Well, okay then.
That was the first thing I recognized that he didn't have before, so we'll say it's a shield.
And we have Hype Cave coming up here.
Whereas in V26 is known as not quite Hype Cave, but still 5 items.
Son, I am disappointed cave.
Maybe it's 20 Rupee Cave this time. Okay, it was not Hype Cave at all.
It's time to rename that cave. It can't be Hype Cave anymore.
Cave of Mediocrity.
I approve.
Alright, we'll try to make that stick. I'll run it by Willard. He'll be fine with it. Willard's racing right now on the main channel. But thanks for watching the secondary channel, guys, for watching us.
Secondary channel is where it's at anyway, because
Well, we're here.
awesome.
And Fouton's there, and Dark Shadows is there. Who cares about Willard and Saku and all them? I'm kidding. I love you guys. Don't fire me. We got a map check, and it looks like Myers the green, and the red was Thieves Town. I think I saw 6 was 6 was ice. I think. Fouton's going to Myers.
I'll be honest. I did not catch it.
And Myers Shed has nothing.
And it's interesting what just a small decision makes. Dark Shadows didn't go into Eastern, which means he didn't have the hook shot, which means he didn't get Titan's Mitt, which means he had to take the long way around. He's still in the Dark World, but there's a lot of things that he just can't access because he skipped that one dip into Eastern.
Dark Shadow's got all the value from the chess game, showing that it's not the same between the two. Instead of getting the 100 rupees that Fouton got, he got the single arrow. But he gets his Quake Medallion, so he'll be happy with that.
Is that the fake validation arrow?
Yeah, that's the one that when you open the first chest, oh, that went too fast. I saw that pod was 2 and Turnaround was 4. But yeah, it's the first. All right, Ice is 6 and Skullwoods is 5.
Yeah, that's what it looked like to me.
And he's gonna go do Super Bunny Cave. He's checking one more time.
Yep, that East Death Mountain, still a lot of value left over there.
And he has the hook shot, so we can go into Hookshot Cave and clear that out. He doesn't have the mirror yet, so we can't quite grab the Bombos. Dark Shadow's going to take a dive into Thieves Town. It is a pendant dungeon, but it's quick, and there's 3 items to grab, or 4 items to grab, and one of them is 300 rupees.
I've seen a lot of runners until they have a sword just dive in here real quick for the first 4 and then get out, just hoping to get something. But
ooh, Fire Rod on Fouton's side in the Super Bunny Cave.
That'll open up quite a bit.
It opens up Skullwoods for him. Well, not really, because he doesn't have a sword. We're back to his no sword business. We're half hour in. Don't worry, guys. Got an hour to go until the record.
We know. We saw it.
So Quake is required for Turtle Rock.
They both already have Quake, looks like.
Yeah, so we have to, at least I don't have to worry about looking for that. Here's a hookshot cave check for Fouton. What are those? Boots in the first chest in hookshot cave.
That'll be nice. I'm glad to see it not in Ganon's tower.
Yeah. Up to 13 hearts already. Jeez. Let's see if we can get this last chest. And just 50 rupees.
Still, how much value has Fouton gotten out of that hookshot?
He got a lot of value for that hookshot, but he still doesn't have the hammer. He has to find his way over to Agnes Cave and grabbing that hammer so he can progress a little further.
I'm honestly a little surprised I didn't see him dip into Agnes Cave when he was already in Misery Mire checking everything out over there.
Well, he doesn't have the mirror, so it's kind of hard to go there from there. Looks like he's going to try to make the Skull Woods dive here, I would guess. Check the 2 chests in there, or look for 2 items in there in the first part.
Especially when you have Fire Rod, definitely makes sense.
You can easily kill these, the mummy, whatever, I just blanked on their names.
Gibdos.
That's the one.
I don't know all the names.
I almost called him Stalfos, and I was like, no, that's not right, that's a skeleton.
Well, you know what, I missed Wizrobe last match, so...
Yes, you did. I had to call you out on that. That's the most obvious one. Come on.
I deserved it, as far as I'm concerned.
First item in there is the another piece of heart. DarkShadow's continuing his trek into Thieves Town.
DarkShadows is having some health issues here too. Looks like he's taking quite a few hits. He'll have to be careful.
Well, he has blue mail, which will help him out a little bit. But yeah, having to use close combat fighting with the hammer is not the most pleasant scenario, especially when you're dealing with these fire-breathing animals. And these are the what I know what they are in Zelda. I know what they look like in Zelda 1. I forgot what they're called though. No, I'm not sure. So he's going left before rescuing the girl. Interesting.
I mean, I think it's kind of 6 of one, half dozen of another.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I just do it because most players start off playing No Age of Glitches or playing vanilla, and the key you need to get there is in the chest here in vanilla, so most people just do this anyway. I missed what was in that back chest that Fouton just checked.
Arrow upgrade. Oh, Fouton.
That was Dark Shadows, but Fouton just opened up. I don't know if he got anything relevant stuff. Looks like Fouton has the fire rod equipped, and he's going to go back into escape. So he's going to use the fire rod to take care of the guards and escape.
Might he go back and check that one treasure chest in the dark rooms now that he can light up the lanterns and see where he goes?
I don't know. I think that room is one of the only ones that doesn't have a lamp to light up. And we have a hammer fight on blind.
Not easy. He moves around quite a bit, so he takes some practice to be able to do this.
He's going to switch to Cane of Burner, which I was about to say the same thing. Cane of Burner does the same amount of damage as the hammer. It makes you invincible, and it's a much better option as long as you have the magic for it. And it looks like he's going to have plenty of magic to take care of it. And blind is down.
Nice quick kill there.
But he only had 20 rupees, and he has the red pendant for his troubles.
Dark Shadow's probably trying to figure out where exactly the mirror is, where the hookshot is. There's a lot of things that he's really locked away from. He's got the hammer, so he thinks he's got a lot going on, but we're just waiting for him to dive into Eastern.
Yeah, once he gets the hookshot, this entire season will open up for him. He's going to get everything that Fouton has. Now, Fouton still needs the hammer to access a lot of things that he can't at the moment.
I think both of the runners are waiting to route what the other one has as soon as they get the mirror. Dark Shadows wants to route Hookshot over in Eastern with Pod, because they're both crystal dungeons, and Fouton is waiting to route Checkerboard Cave and Mire in with Agana and things like that. So early risks paying off for both of them in different ways.
Yeah, but I still think Fouton has a lead, even though he doesn't have the hammer yet. He has more items than he is, and the boots is going to be a huge help for him in this case.
Oh, definitely. I don't think there's any question about that one.
Fouton going to take a dive into Ice Palace. This is an early Ice Palace dive.
It's early, and you don't have a whole lot of magic starting out with anyway, but on the other hand, you wait.
He doesn't have the hammer, so he can't finish it, so he's not going to do it. He probably just realized that he didn't have the hammer to do it.
Start to see some of that pressure building in. They're getting a little bit frustrated with themselves on where certain things are, so they start questioning certain things. And diving into King's Tomb.
And a red mail, so we got all the defense upgrades for, at least for Tunic.
Eggplant hat, I've heard it called.
Yes, that's the eggplant hat. Blue mail's banana hat, and red mail's the eggplant hat.
Balkroc's here, doing that Northern Hyrule route.
But nothing but a little bit of love.
You know, all you really need is love.
Love is all you need. Please don't sue us, Beatles.
Fouton.
Now Fouton's going to check out Ice Palace.
I think he's realizing that he just needs to make a play somewhere and hope for the best.
Now, we know this is not going to work because he can't kill Cold Stare without the hammer. However, he can check everything but Cold Stare with this play.
It's still not a bad play, especially if you're still searching for the mirror, which, in your mind, has the most value because of what the routing that you want to do. When I say your mind, I mean the runner's mind, not you, Rambler. I don't mean to imply that at all.
I mean, I've already ran a race, and this is my second race commentating today. My head's fried as it is. I love Randomizer. And he gets a shield from that chest. So they each have their first shield, but they don't have it. They got it from different areas.
2 shields found. All the armor upgrades found. Still no sword.
Still no sword. I mean, I guess it's just a commentator's curse for us in general. That, I mean, I told you I found my sword today about 2 minutes in, so it's not me. So it's got to be you.
I commentated a Jet Seed yesterday where they found like they had butter sword before much of anything. It's just when the two of us are together. It's a combined jinx, I think.
Yeah, our commentating duo. It's like I'm trying to think of this like Bill Net. I'm trying to think of his name. Nance and like John Madden, and like always bringing the bad luck. There's a joke about that somewhere. Like bad things happen when certain people commentate. Please don't blame us for this.
We are the equivalent of the PlayStation Madden curse.
Oh, the Madden cover curse. Okay, yeah.
So now I have to ask, when's the next time you're running so I can commentate your races?
Oh, please, no. Next one's gonna be off stream. I don't know when the next one's gonna be for me. I gotta schedule the guys in my group. But nice first chance bomb jump for Fouton. Fouton is he's a good player in this game. He didn't qualify for main tournament because he didn't try to. I was looking at the stats earlier.
He just didn't have his Z-score in there?
He didn't run any of the qualifiers. I know he's a good player.
No, I've seen him around, and that's interesting. I've not seen that strat for that room. Just double dropping bombs there.
Yeah, I've seen that before. It's if you're comfortable with it, it's probably a good way to do it.
I mean, especially if you're swordless.
But I mean, I still like to use the hookshot on those guys because the hookshot takes them out one hit. Even tempered don't take them out in one hit.
DarkShadow's gonna go over there to the Cave of Mediocrity.
Cave of Mediocrity, that's right. I was hoping you were gonna say that.
It's got to be a thing.
Not a thing for until V27 comes out and type it, and then all of a sudden you find like all 5 progression items in there. Fouton walking through a locked door the wrong way.
Couple locked doors the wrong way.
I call cheats.
It always wakes me out a little bit when I see anyone coming out of those doors like that, because it feels odd.
Yeah, well, look at all the other glitches that are in this game.
Hey, fake flippers, you should be able to swim in a river without flippers.
I mean, I can. Link can.
You need to get Link some swimming lessons stat.
DarkShadow's checking what's on the pyramid ledge, and yeah, what else is new? 20 rupees.
It certainly feels like 20 rupees is the consolation prize of pretty much every place that people think something's going to be.
Well, 20 rupees is the most common item in the game by a little bit over a piece of heart. I think there's 27 red rupees and 24 pieces of heart in the game.
That makes it, what, a little over 1 in 6 or so?
1 in about, there's 216 chests, so approximately 1 in 6, 1 in 7 is going to be a red rupee. And Fouton gets to the room where he realizes he needs the hammer to continue getting items, and he leaves.
DarkShadow's making a catfish check up here. This might have something interesting for him.
Well, it's open to you as soon as you get into the dark world, so might as well. Again. Oh, it's working okay. Ooh, yeah, Catfish does have something. First sword. 42 minutes in, so only 55 minutes short of the record.
You know what? It's felt like a long time to both of these runners.
I'm sure it has. But if they watch the VOD from earlier today, they'll say, well, at least it wasn't that.
So commentator's curse is false. You still got your sword earlier than before.
Fouton gonna check out Thieves Town, probably full clear it.
Looks like Shadows is on his way down to Pod.
Pod's an interesting play. We don't have a lamp yet. However, lamp could easily be in Pod.
Not to mention, Pod without mirror is just a little bit torturous.
However, I've seen mirror in Pod a little too often recently in V26, including my race today and the qualifying race I participated in. So, mirror could very easily be in here.
It can, and I'm sure DarkShadows is thinking the same thing. I think both racers are both kind of wondering where mirror is, because usually by now, in most races I've seen, they have mirror by now.
And it's definitely a required item in this seed because Swamp Palace is in fact a crystal. He doesn't have a bow yet, so if he doesn't find a small key here, he's bow locked out of this entire dungeon.
Yeah, if he's taking a gamble, he's probably hoping he can get bow, or that this is a key and he can get mirror somewhere. Taking a gamble.
Well, he's got the key, so he can traverse a little further.
Having to back out the long way without that mirror. Interesting play here.
He bombs that open, but can't go in yet because you need a key to open that up. So he's going to go the other way and then go to this chest.
Yep. That's kind of what I was expecting.
So now he's going to go jump down this hole and come up to the developing up. Now he has to blow it up again.
I was a little bit confused there for a second why he did that.
I was pretty sure that it reformed the hole, but I wasn't 100% sure, that's why I didn't say anything, but yeah.
Well, there's one item, just a bomb upgrade.
Definitely not what he's looking for. Ooh, the bow!
That'll
wow!
be good. Shadows and Fouton just going back and forth with the value items. This is going to be a much tighter race than we think.
The bow in pot is just flat out dirty. Because Fouton might not come in here, because he doesn't have the hammer either, so he has no reason to come into pot.
He has no reason to even come to this side of the world, really. He's got, between hookshot, boots, Titan's mitt, he has a lot of different options that he can do.
Fouton's going to use the Cane of Bernistrat. However, he doesn't have enough magic to do it in one shot, I don't think. So I would have used the hammer for phase 1 and then switched to the Cane for phase 2. But let's see what he does.
Well, he didn't have the hammer.
Oh, that's right. Oh, he has Blue Potion, though, so he's going to use the Blue Potion to bring the Cane Burner back out.
It's interesting because this route started off super slow, but just one different choice that these runners made, and they've gone into completely different directions.
And it's paid off for each one of them for different reasons. Now, Fouton didn't have the hammers. We didn't get the last chest. However, I think it was just a map. I wasn't sure.
Yeah, it wasn't anything of value, and he knows it. But let's...
He can't get it anyway because he doesn't have the hammer. Let's see how Dark Shadows handles the Dark Shadows of the Dark Room.
Ooh, good entendre. Let's see, looking at trying to find what go mode items we're missing. We have
Ice Rod.
Okay, we have Ice Rod.
Cane of Samaria.
I mean, maybe Cane, Mirror, Lamp. Lamp is Lamp required?
I mean, these players are probably good enough that they don't need Lamp, but I would say Lamp is required.
And depending on what Pendant is in Mire.
Fouton's about to get his sword. Well, Mire's a pendant, so you don't have to worry about the thing to get into Mire.
Oh, right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, don't leave that, Fouton. You think you want that. And Dark Shadows finds a key in the second chest, and he's not going to bother with the second Dark Room. So he got his bow. He's going to come back later and finish it off when he finds the lamp, most likely. And just note, the bow was not lamp locked.
No, which will be interesting because it looks like Dark Shadows is now going to go up and do the Dark Rooms to get further into Eastern.
Yeah, the dark rooms are easier in Eastern by a lot, so he can finish Eastern off with the bow. And now he'll get his hook shot, which will definitely open the seat up for him.
Yeah, it just depends on after he goes into Eastern, will he just head right on up to Death Mountain, which seems like it'd be the smart play because that's when everything unlocks for you.
Yeah, that's where you'll get your fire rod and your boots.
So as soon as he can get all of those, he will have officially caught up in terms of items. And Fouton will still not quite have... He won't have the hammer. He won't have any of the other value.
Fouton's about to get the bow, it looks like, though. He's going into pod.
And I guess the bow isn't hammer locked either, so that'll be good.
No, it's not. The bow is in the drop down room on the right side. Our two runners just being places where the other's been before and about to get a very important item that the other one has for each one.
Yep, this will be good news for both of the runners. They'll both breathe a little sigh of relief, but really they're both still kind of neck and neck at this point.
I think Fouton's slightly ahead only because getting the hammer is easier than getting all the items Dark Shadows is about to have to get. However, will Fouton go to where the hammer is before all that?
Yeah, it's still anybody's race, certainly.
So Dark Shadow's going to try the dark room north. He doesn't have the fire rod yet, so it's going to be a little tough, but ooh, it looks like he got the Igor on the first shot. Fouton about to get his bow in a couple seconds here.
And while Dark Shadows is in the dark, he's about to...
Ooh, he has half a heart left. He's going to probably go drop... Does he know about the fairy? Yeah, he's going to get the fairy.
That's good recognition that he was still close enough to the door that he could get on out and refresh.
Yeah, not many people know you can drop down there and get fairies, but when I was playing this game when I was 9 years old, I had to take advantage of those fairies a lot.
I think we all did. And that was also the first time that you could do catch them with the bug net as well, I remember.
Yeah, you can catch with the bug net because you would get the bottle from the bottom merchant and get the net from the sick kid.
Yep, and then come right over here, grab some fairies.
Dark Shadow's still trying to navigate this room.
Fouton having to go all the way around here because he doesn't have the hammer.
Or the mirror, so he's doing this instead of death warping.
Dark Shadow's still struggling with this dark room.
Down to one heart. At what point do you just say, I'll come back here when I finish pod because I want the lamp to finish pod also?
Seems like, I think I would have made that call a long time ago myself too. But there's some runners who, either through pride or whatever, you just want to be able to do it because they see all the pros do it and they think they should be able to do it too. I've been stubborn too.
Still listening to see if we can find that key, but nothing yet. And he just saves and quits out. Hopefully he goes up to Death Mountain at this point, and that's exactly what it looks like he's doing.
Yep. He's going to find a lot of value, and the world will open up for him.
Meanwhile, Fouton finds his key underneath the in the dark room dark room downstairs at Pod. Excuse me.
And Fouton going to try to navigate a dark room now.
This dark room's it's a little easier because you can see where the enemies are going to be around, but the maze itself takes a little bit to memorize. So it takes a little memorization to do this dark room, but it's definitely possible.
This is the dark room that I personally draw the limit. I'll do Eastern dark rooms. I'll do escape dark rooms. This one, I'm like, let's take a step back now.
DarkShadow gets his first bottle, and he's going to go upstairs and continue getting all the good items that are up here.
Fouton looking like he's just about to the big treasure chest.
I didn't see what items he got from the chests, if he opened them at all. DarkShadow's got his Titan's mitts, and I think silver arrows were there also, right? Or is that in a different spot?
Yep, silver arrows were there.
DarkShadow's missing the bomb jump. Fouton, however, get into the big chests, finding 50 rupees. So will Fouton go towards where we know he needs to go?
He's thinking. He doesn't quite know where else he should be going right now.
He's still not sure. He's going back to Death Mountain. He's going to try to rescue the old man. Again, more dark rooms.
This is where you start grasping at straws. You're trying to find that one lead to take you where you want to go.
I think there was something good in this cave, right? The spiral cave?
I think it was Boots.
No, Boots was Hookshot Cave.
Right. It felt, I don't know. Let's see.
Oh, Blue Boom. Of course, the best boomerang.
The Bloomerang. While these runners are tracing over each other's steps, let's go ahead and give a shout out. If you can, take a follow, take a like for DarkShadow59 and Fouton, as well as our tracker, Flaffy. She's doing a wonderful job for us, as well as Alvi, our restreamer. Let's see Fouton's reaction when he finally gets his hammer.
No real reaction. Just, probably a big sigh of relief or a sigh of despair, saying, "Oh, I could have had the hammer this entire time." Whoa, half magic in the first area of Hera.
That's nice. Dark Shadows took the long way up, but the logic says that if you can get up there, it's possible. So there might be value here.
Completable, so he's going to do it. Hopefully that this is the... However... Okay, that's the big key, because if it was a small key, he wouldn't be able to finish it, because he has no fire source yet. Fouton now with his hammer is going to go finish off Pod.
That means these runners have the same items now. Well, no.
No, DarkShadow's got the Titan's Mid. It just hasn't been marked on tracker yet.
Yeah, but he didn't go into Dark World, so he didn't get boots or do any of the Dark World East Death Mountain.
No, so the only thing he's missing there is the boots.
Oh, Flaffy, we didn't jinx you. We love you.
We didn't jinx you.
Shadow's making his way up to Trolldorm. I've seen a lot of people struggle with Trolldorm. I wonder if Christos didn't program him a little bit to be a little bit more trolly than usual.
Why is he in the fast phase right away? No, I'm kidding. But yeah, using the hammer is a little tough, but let's see if DarkShadow can pull it off. One more hit's needed. And he got it. Nice.
It was right on his tail there for a second. I thought he was going to get knocked off.
Oh no, I think that means he has to go downstairs. And they can't go downstairs without a fire source. There's still one item left, I think.
Wasn't the fire rod also in Dark World East Death Mountain?
The fire rod was in Super Bunny Cave, yes.
Yeah, so there's two items of value, the boots and the fire rod that Fouton has over Dark Shadows.
However, it looks like he might be checking out now because he's heading east. He's probably going to go to Death Mountain and use the portal there. Or is he going to... Nope, he's going to go down here. Okay. He is going to take this portal, though, and go to Death Mountain, Dark World. Fouton, with the fire rod, is able to light some of the torches in the trolley turtle room, trying to take care of it without getting hit.
Kind of an interesting strat, still using the swords to keep him down, because those are 3-4 hits with the fighter sword.
4 hits with the fire sword or 2 spin slashes, but he gets it done. Fouton making nice work of the turtles on the bridge, and Helmet Star fight.
I'm starting to feel some pedestal hype. I don't know about you guys. We can have... Well, we can't have Samaria. Which means we can't have Lamp. Ice Rod? Ice Rod can still be on there.
Ice Rod can always be on a pedestal. As long as Turtle Rock's crystal. Nice fight for Fouton. It's the bug net for his troubles.
Swagnahem strats confirmed.
And DarkShadow's going to go get his boots.
Got his fire rod on the way up.
Yep. So now we're just about even in weaponry. I think Fouton, though, is ahead, having completed Pod. Which I don't think DarkShadow's going to do until he finds Lamp.
At the same time, we have Darkshadow's completed Tower of Hera. It's a shorter dungeon, so we can still say Fouton's a little bit ahead because Pod's longer, but they're each at 1 crystal.
DarkShadow's going to take a dive into Spike Cave.
He's got a blue potion, not a bad idea.
He also has half magic and the Cane of Burnus, so he has plenty of resources to take care of this. And all that just for a lot of money.
Feeling like Scrooge McDuck, just rolling in the rupees.
Life is like a hurricane.
Here in Duckburg.
That's all we're gonna do. I'm not gonna sing the entire song. Speaking of ducks, DarkShadow's using his duck to fly around the world.
Flying and then realizing he needs to go somewhere else.
Fouton gonna go take care of Mothula while he's here.
He's already found both items in Skullwood stuff, right?
I know he found one. I'm not sure about the second because both times I missed what the back chest was in there, and he is not going back in there. He's missing a key. DarkShadow gets his red mail. I don't think Andy's pug gets a eggplant hat, but it does get a nice little a red suit to wear.
It's like trying to dress your pug up for Christmas and putting him in a little red suit. It's a little bit nauseous. Varito in chat asked, if cuckoos are the natural bird of Hyrule, does that make Link to the Past Flying Bird a Dooku?
No, it's a duck. Swag Duco does not sound right. Ducko. Cuco.
That's Ducko. See, in here I thought you were trying to make a Star Wars reference. Dooku, like, yeah.
I don't know. We both butchered that, both of us. Looks like they got the same idea, I believe. They're gonna go use this fire rod to try to take care of Mothula while they can.
Not a bad idea, and Dark Shadows has half magic, so he'll have a little bit more leeway to get it done. Not that either runner necessarily needs it, but it certainly helps make things go a little bit faster when you can be more liberal with that usage.
Fighter sword, not the best weaponry to use to take down the giant moth, but Fouton's trying to make it work here.
Yep, Fouton's run out of magic, so this is where that half magic, the Dark Shadows, will let him catch up a little bit.
And he gets it done. He gets rewarded with a tasty burrito.
So 2 crystals to 1, but they're still pretty close, all things considered.
They're about to be tied to 2, but they each have a different crystal for the first.
Yeah, I think we would still give the slight edge to Fouton, but again, any decision can make this change.
I think Fouton's about to head up to Hera himself.
We'll see Dark Shadows probably make up quite a bit of time here because of that extra half magic.
Half magic fire rod makes this a lot easier of a fight. But you gotta be careful not to bounce him into the spikes. And he's out of magic, so he's gonna use his sword for the rest of the fight.
DarkShadow is taking a beating on these, and he
Yeah,
does
but he's
get
got
through
it.
fast.
Fouton's about to get his half magic.
This is shaping up to be an extremely close race. Both runners are just making different routing decisions. There's not a huge skill gap between the two of them, so it's just whoever guesses best at this point.
Whoever makes the right gambles and gets the items needed to move on. Right now, it looks like we're 2 items away from go mode, or 3 items away from go mode. We still need the mirror, we still need the ice rod, we still need the cane of Samaria, and we also need at least 1 more sword.
Yes, but we can always count on. Feels like Ganon's Tower will always have at least 2 of them, doesn't it?
You're judging that hard off of just 1 race we've commentated together.
It feels like it.
You've been judging a lot of this off of that 1 race.
That's fair. They'll definitely want to do that, but I mean, 3 items away. We're definitely on a much quicker pace than we have been earlier today. And we're at 1 hour and 11 minutes.
Yeah, they're making a decent time. It's a little bit of a trolley seed with where the bow was. There's still no lamp also, which has technically been required for its entire time for Eastern Palace and for Pod. But these players, at least Fouton got a complete Pod without the lamp, so at least that was good for him. DarkShadow's quickly taking care of the hammer pegs, and as a result, he gets just some more bombs.
Nope, not a whole lot of value there.
And he was running low, so he grabbed a 3 to take him up to 8. So at least it wasn't the end of the world. You could always use more bombs when he's that low.
I wonder if he's going to go down here and grab Jeremiah now, because you can save and quit and go back to the sanctuary and he'll follow you. Sounds like that's what he's doing.
And under this new logic, which kicked in a few logics ago, he can actually have the mirror.
Yeah, I've seen it happen, and it's not fun.
Flaffy. Yeah, so if you ever listen to the song Joy to the World, that starts off with the line Jeremiah is a bullfrog, and that's where that comes from.
Jeremiah was a bullfrog, was a good friend of mine. Come on.
No.
This is why I'm asked to comment on video game races and not a professional singer.
And we found a B-Torb from the lumberjack. From the blacksmith. We're gonna dive into mire here?
Oh, this is gonna be a little bit risky.
Mire is a pendant. Oh, he hasn't done mire. Ether is required, which Ether is on the desert ledge, so you're gonna need the book or the mirror if you want to get into the desert. Now,
and we know that nothing's really here, so.
And both desert and mire are both pendants. Which means Candace Amari isn't one of them, right?
Gotta be.
I didn't catch what Fouton found from the last chest downstairs.
It wasn't mirror.
Well, obviously.
Just a heart piece.
Flaffy's got it. Flaffy, you're the best.
Fouton's now gone down to Spike Cave, gonna find all the value there.
All the money. DarkShadow's gonna do Ice Palace, which he has the hammer, he has Fire Rod, he has half magic. This is gonna be pretty completable for him.
Yep, good move, all things considered. I just realized that chat is a little bit quiet, and it's probably because there's a lot of people still over watching the main race, isn't it?
Yeah, the Willard race is just finishing up, I would guess. That one started at 8, so they're probably all over there watching. But they'll probably come over here once they're done. Just in time for the hype over here.
Just in time for the hype when they're neck and neck in GT.
Yeah. Like my race was earlier today. Yeah, Willard, stop being the man, Willard. Fouton going back into ice now.
Willard was not popular earlier today.
Not among a certain 2 players.
The other race.
Handing out seeds that do that to you? Yeah. DarkShadows will try to get a Stephos quick kill, but does not get it. Still only uses 1 bomb to kill him.
Well, he wasted 1 bomb though.
Fouton had to go by green potion just so he can enter Ice Palace because he ran out of magic and needed it to power up his fire rod. DarkShadow's not going to use the bomb jump, which is a little questionable because you don't have Canis Samaria, so you can't quick kill it without the bomb jump.
No, this will extend out the length of this dungeon by quite a bit. Not doing
by a lot, yes. He's hoping he finds Canis Samaria, or the other option is he'll just complete it and then mirror and then just do 1 bomb jump.
That's not unreasonable. Fouton looks like he's going over, gonna find his explosives in the head cave.
We already know Fouton cleared all of this up to where he was hammer blocked, and there was nothing there. However, once you get past the hammer spot, maybe we find something good.
It's entirely possible there's at least 1 treasure left in here that we don't know about. I think I was reading commentary earlier, or the chat, and there was 1.
I think we only found 1 item so far, so I think there's 2 items left.
Chat, clue us in. How wrong are we? Is there 1 or 2 items left in Ice Palace?
We already found the compass, so we didn't see the map yet. There's 2 chests. I think there's 2 chests plus cold stare. So I think it's either 1 or 2, depending on if they have an extra key or not.
And here's the point where Fouton had to turn around because he didn't have the hammer.
The hammer, yeah. We find a small key, so I think there's just the vanilla big key chest, and then the cold stare. Ooh, the master sword.
Ooh. That's nice value there for Dark Shadows.
Yep, you need to find out eventually. The Cane of Samaria in Ice Palace. That's a huge gamble that'll pay off for him.
The problem is because he didn't do the bomb jump.
It doesn't matter now. He has the Cane of Samaria.
Yeah, but he's Oh, I guess he can go in. It just
You
takes a
have the
little
big
bit
key.
longer to get through.
Yeah. It was just that you wouldn't be. You'd have to go around the dungeon one more time if you didn't find the cane. Finding the cane was a huge find there because it cuts this dungeon time in half.
So lots of value in the Ice Palace. That means a lot to both of these runners since they're both here.
And I just want to point out, I was right. It was 2 items.
Yes, you were right.
Fouton trying to get the bomb jump. Looks like he got it this time.
Well, he got it a couple times and then he got knocked over by the firebar.
Oh, bad breaks. Magic Sword Cold Stare, still not the best Cold Stare friend in the world. So he uses the Fire Rod for a little bit. Fire Rod deals Tempered Sword damage, I believe. It's a Cold Stare. And he's got 2 of them down already, so he just has this one in corner and try to take care of it. And he does.
Nice quick kill for him.
And again, Fouton skipping this. See, he could have got that chest earlier and gotten the King of Samaria, but he skipped it and then saved and quit when he got to this room. Now he's just going to have to come back down and grab the King of Samaria again.
Well, now and Dark Shadows has both Skullwoods and Ice Palace. It'll be interesting to see if he ends up getting Fat Fairy because that was 5 and 6.
Interesting. That might be the play that's on the table now. Well, he can't do Swamp yet. He doesn't have the mirror. Technically, Turtle Rock is open to him now as well.
It's open. We've seen a lot of runners try to clear out literally every other option instead of hoping that the Ice Rod is there. But we've seen a lot of runs where Ice Rod or Fire Rod or something that's required is going to be in Turtle Rock on your way.
Or fetched, or dipping into Turtle Rock and then sending you somewhere else to get the Ice Rod, which happened to me earlier today.
Yeah, those are not fun runs at all. There's a debate in chat going on. I'm not going to call it a debate, but it's a discussion really about what sprite to use, Link sprite or the other sprite. And really, none of us are professionals. I don't think any of us get paid to do any of this. So we're just having fun.
Yeah, it's just a preference of taste, really.
And if someone practices enough with these other sprites that are already programmed and approved by the community, then I see absolutely no reason not to.
Fat Fairy only giving you 25 rupees.
Fat Fairy was definitely a worthwhile investment of time. Not much time for 2 chests.
And a nice kill on Cold Stare by Fouton. He'll grab his crystal.
Fouton's still just a little bit in the lead because he was able to do Dark Rooms and Pod.
DarkShadow's going to go get his purple chest, I believe.
That could have some value there.
Indeed it can. Fouton probably going to do his Fat Fairy check as well now.
At this point, we're looking for Eastern Palace, Swamp Palace, and Turtle Rock are what we don't know. All of them require lamp at some point. Well, no, Swamp doesn't.
The Swamp requires mirror.
Swamp requires mirror, yeah.
Dark Shadow's looking like he's going to make the play for Turtle Rock. I don't know if you noticed, Dark Shadows didn't... Oh, he did get the Mystic Sword. Flaffy. Both of them. Thank you.
That was a very fatherly tone, like, you've done something wrong. I really do like this plane to Turtle Rock, though, by Dark Shadows. It looks like Fouton's heading there, too.
Yeah, I believe Dark Shadow's going to be... nope, he's going to go to Hera first.
I mean, that's a good play as well. He knows he can clear it out real quick.
He was in here earlier, but he never cleared it out.
Wait, I thought he's.
Oh no, he's going to get the item from downstairs because he didn't get it yet.
This could be big. It'll be interesting if he ends up.
Fouton got it already. I don't think it's anything of relevance.
That's right, he did.
It's a heart piece. But Fouton is going to go into Turtle Rock, which, I mean, it's probably going to pay off for him. Well, we'll see.
I'm hoping powder to lamp.
All right, stop with the fetch quest trolls.
I mean, we got to see if I have the commentator Jinx or you do. So this is just a sample.
Dark Shadow's going to go over to Turtle Rock. No, he fell. I don't think he wanted to do that. I think he wants to go over to Turtle Rock.
I kind of thought he did too.
So I'm trying to navigate this room and get to. Oh wow!
Lamp.
Oh my lord! The lamp in Turtle Rock. So this logic wants you to do what?
Okay, so this logic wanted you to, let's see, because you needed Cane of Samaria from Ice Palace before you could come to Turtle Rock. So you needed Titan's Mitt. Oh god, my head's hurting.
Hammer from Agnes Cave. You need. Oh my god.
Long story short, you were supposed to do Turtle Rock before you did Eastern Palace.
We need the hook shot to get up here, so you need to double dip Eastern. This is a double dip Eastern required seed. Because the logic told you had to get to Eastern to get the hook shot, to get up to Turtle Rock, to get the lamp, to complete Eastern. Wow. Please fix lamp logic.
Well, and this is one of those cases where this is benefiting Fouton to be able to do the skip The dark rooms.
Yes, indeed. He's on the 2 hearts. He's got to be careful here. He doesn't have a powder to... it's going to be tight. He's down to 1. He has a potion. He's probably going to use it. Yep.
I'm looking forward to seeing what the bunny form of Pug Dog is.
Well, maybe we'll find out. Maybe we won't. It depends on if Dark Shadows gets hit by the warp thing.
Ooh, Dark Shadow's almost missing that last lamp.
That would have been really bad, because then he'd have to redo the entire room all over again. Dark Shadows gets his lamp, and he's probably regretting life as we know it right now.
It teaches me a lesson, because this is my one weakness, is dark rooms without lamps, so I'm going to have to practice myself. Because
Ooh, Fouton not going into Mimic Cave. That's an interesting play.
That is interesting.
Because he still needs the Ice Rod. Ice Rod could easily be in here. Oh, no mirror, of course. He doesn't have the mirror yet, so we can't go into...
Oh, wow.
Derp. Flaffy, you want to commentate?
Watch. Fetch quest. I'll just say it because I'm thinking it. Fetch quest in laser room to get to get ice rod.
Maybe this is a can't be. Maybe this is a triple dip of Turtle Rock Seed. Powder in Laser Bridge leads to Mirror, which leads to Book at Mimic Cave, which leads to Ice Rod at Ether Tablet. Sign me up.
You're being generous letting them off that Ether Tablet. Send them all the way down there to Bombos.
Oh, no. They can't be too trolly. Ether, though. Well, we found another shield. So now we know where all the shields are.
There we go.
What was that? I missed it.
Mirror in the second...
in Turtle Rock? Oh, my. And the
Ice Rod.
What is this? Is that Go Mode?
That's
Go Mode for Fouton. Wow.
This is what happens when commentators start to get creative. The game says, no, none for you.
JK, here's Go Mode in basically in 3 out of 4 straight chests.
Yeah, and Fouton did get the shield upgrade, so Dark Shadows will actually get his Riot Shield out of it.
Yeah, because he went in and got his red shield from the Dark Room in Hyrule Castle. Fouton going to do the no ice, which with Master Sword it makes sense because you don't want the ice to be around. So
absolutely,
take your time, build the ice head first. Don't deal with the ice room.
Making as quick work as one could expect with Master Sword.
Gotta be careful. There's down to 4 hearts.
And he used his potion already, didn't he?
Down to 2. Yeah, Master Sword Trinex a little tough. I think he's... Nope, didn't get it yet. Oh, did he get it? He needs one more hit. Does he have
Didn't get it. I don't know if he does it.
Oh no, he's out of magic.
He missed.
And he's out of potions. Oh no.
Oh no. This could be big.
Because Dark Shadow's going to get his Go Mode from here as well. Well, Fouton's going to go check Mimic Cave now. Maybe he's looking for Tempered. Or is he going to... Oh, no. He's gonna do Mimikyu first, see what he gets. Then he'll have to flute away, I think, and probably get some potions. He might come back here and finish it before he finishes off. Before going to the Ganon's Tower. We'll see what he does.
Either way, that's gotta be rough on Fouton. Just like that, lead flips.
Yep, and Dark Shadows gets his mirror and Ice Rod, and he is now as well in go mode. Flaffy, what you just missed was Fouton running out of magic on Trinex. Also, Dark Shadow's got his mirror shield, and his Ice Rod, and is now in go mode as well.
Dark Shadow's waiting until the very end to get that full magic pod.
The question is, does he have a potion?
Yeah, he does.
And he's going to do Firehead first. And use Hammer Strats. Okay, this is reasonable. Now he doesn't want to deal with the Ice Stream, so he's going to do Ice Head now. But continuing to use the Hammer, which is a little dangerous.
It is, but he's got a potion, so I don't blame him for that at all.
Yeah, this should be a little... He should be able to take care of this with what he's got. And Ice Head is down.
Yeah, does not want to take that chance. Firehead kind of ducking and weaving there quite a bit.
But he's got it, and now he's going to try to deal with the Trinex body.
Well, while Fouton's down, it looks like he's going to go ahead and duck into Eastern while he's there.
Fouton did not beat Trinex. He ran out of magic. And Dark Shadows takes care of Trinex. And we see Mr. Willard in chat now.
Welcome everyone from the last race. Glad you can make it over here to the much more entertaining race.
We just witnessed these two players going into Turtle Rock and needing 3 items for go mode and getting all 3 of those items.
Lamp, Ice Rod, and Mirror were all in Turtle Rock. Both Mirror and Ice Rod were both on Laser Bridge.
Along with the Mirror Shield, no less. So now, Dark Shadows, he's in go mode. He's going to go probably, he still has to take care of Pod. So he's going to do Pod and Eastern together. Now he has the Mirror. Fouton's going to make the play for Swamp, and he can go mode Swamp.
Both of these players are going to be very close. I know Fouton will have just Swamp and Turtle Rock to go. Dark Shadows has a little bit more. He has Pod, Eastern, and Swamp to go.
And
Skull?
Oh no, they both did Skull. Okay, yeah. Yeah, he's got... So, basically the difference is Dark Shadows has Pod and Eastern. Fouton has Turtle Rock. But they're both already cleared. They just need to go kill the boss. All the dungeons are in go mode for this part.
Yeah, Swamp is not that long at all once you're in go mode. And really neither is Pod or Eastern, so we'll see those go pretty quickly. Fouton, though...
The only difference really is that you needed the big key, and Dark Shadows already has the big key. Oh no, he doesn't have the big key yet from Pod, so he has to go deeper to find the big key. Oh, he doesn't. Does he know he doesn't have the big key?
No, I don't know if he knows it.
Oh no, this might not end well.
We'll see when he realizes it, that he's got to back out.
He's gonna be very disappointed when he gets back there and sees they doesn't have the big key yet.
No, he was just a small little mental mistake, and he's pulled his map up or his menu up a couple times. You should be able to see it.
And he hasn't noticed it yet. And you do a lot of menuing in pod, especially in this last couple of rooms, because you need to keep on switching from hammer to bow to other weapons.
But he thinks he's in go mode, that he can just go, and he's gonna hit that door.
He's in for a rude awakening. This is gonna cost him at least 2 minutes.
Meanwhile, Fouton going as fast as he can through swamp. Might check a couple of the treasure chests along his way, just because Master Sword Ganon doesn't sound like a very fun time.
Even with the silvers, you don't want to have the Master Sword. The only chest that's really worth checking, I would say, is the hidden chest in the next room.
It's right along the way.
And here comes Dark Shadow's gonna get some bad news here. Yeah, you need the big key.
He kind of sat there on that menu.
And he has to mirror out. And Fouton does open that chest I was talking about and gets a green potion for it.
Original Mountain Dew.
Oh, here it is.
Pepsi, call us.
Apple Gatorade.
Does such a monstrosity exist?
Actually, yes.
Apple, really?
Yes, apple flavor Gatorade. And it's green. In Master Sword, you need 2 hits for each of the Argus' protecting clouds.
There's the big key for Shadows now. Oh, he's going to go ahead and get the big treasure chest since it's right here, but...
Yeah, he already bombed it open, so we're just going to grab it real quick. It's only 50 rupees, but... I would mirror out.
One of those might as well.
Yeah, mirror out and go back in the front way.
Fouton making...
Yeah, 1 silver arrow hit is all you need.
And he says, thank you for the big key that I will not be using.
Yes, he will not be using the big key, and his next goal is head back up on the Turtle Rock.
This is going to be a tight race. It's going to come down to the wire here.
It's going to come down to how fast Fouton can complete Turtle Rock going through it a second time.
Luckily, Dark Shadows doesn't have to reopen that. The advantage that Fouton does have, even though Dark Shadows is getting close to being right there, is that he'll have to make his way back up Death Mountain, whereas Fouton will just be right there.
Also, Dark Shadows still has to complete Swamp.
Oh, man, yeah. Okay, maybe it won't be that tight or that close. Dark Shadows making quick work of Helmasaur. Meanwhile, Fouton is starting his way through, and he's just the facts, getting through as quickly as he can. Shadow's finishing up Helmosaur, so he'll take a dive down in the swamp. Or no, he'll mirror over to get Eastern real quick. Eastern should be pretty quick. He's got the lamp. He'll be able to do the dark rooms pretty quick. And with silver arrows, this should take no more than 5-6 minutes through here at the most. Fouton's making his way through the tubes. Any mistake by either one of these racers will just be magnified right now too, since they're both in go mode. Dark Shadows getting all 4 skeletons, not spawning them correctly. Fouton's already to the dark room maze. Shadow's working his way through too. Fouton really making quick work of Turtle Rock. Color me impressed. Already getting back to the boss door. But when you've already gotten all the treasure chests and unlocked all the doors, it should be pretty quick. Dark Shadows now even, but Fouton is making quick work of Trinix here. Master Sword Trinix is just not a lot of fun. Yeah, he's got Swamp. Yeah. Why do I keep forgetting Swamp? Do I just not like it? Which is entirely possible. Fouton using Master Sword instead of Hammer Strats. Just a few more swipes, but it's definitely safer.
Hello, can you hear me, guys?
There you are.
Yeah, I kind of got my Discord frozen and my sound is going off the thing, so I have to do some refreshing. But I see what's going on here, so let me just get caught up, and everyone in chat, get your numbers ready because Fouton's about to enter Ganon's Tower. So the goal of this little meme is everyone gotta pick a number between 1 and 22. Which chest you think will have the big key in Ganon's Tower? Because that's all Fouton really needs to complete this game. He might still be looking for Tempered Sword because he don't want to go into Ganon's fight with just Master, but odds are he'll risk it.
At this point in time, I would. I like my sticking with big key on the lamp myself.
I'm gonna go with number 8. That's the if he goes straight, ooh, the magic cape and the powder. Yeah, so he's going this route, so that means 8 would be the double firebar room. That's what I'm gonna go with. Ooh,
Lot of love.
letting Bob live. Some people would have grabbed that just to have an extra heart for the Aghanim and for what's coming up.
Not grabbing that seems to make me think he thinks he's in a close race.
Also, he has red mail, so I don't think he's worried too much about his health. He also grabbed some potions when he ducked out of Turtle Rock the first time. And that's 7. 7
Same
just
Fever Fire Bar room comes true.
that's where I predicted. Nope, that's just 50 rupees.
Nope.
So it's not number 8.
Number 7, not number 8. Got a couple guesses that are left.
Notable that DarkShadows actually went and got the 2 chests that were drowned. So he's still looking. He's not going out of his way looking for Tempered Sword, but he's a little bit out of his way looking for Tempered Sword.
Anything that seems like it's within reason. He's not gonna, dive into a spike cave again if he can avoid it, for example.
Yeah, he's not going to go super out of the way. I mean, the 2 chests he grabbed is only like a 20-second loss. It's not a huge deal. And Tempered makes a huge. If he finds the Tempered, it'll be a huge deal. Chest number 9 is just 20 rupees. So next up is the Rando Rune, numbers 10, 11, 12, and 13.
Rando room, of course, named because when you're playing game in vanilla, you never visit this room. You only ever visit it in Rando.
However, nothing. So we're at 13 and still nothing. And the next chest is going to be, I believe, Ice Armos, right?
Yep, Ice Armos is the next one coming.
Oh no, Bob's chest is first.
Dark Shadows, meanwhile, is working on Argus.
Nice Argus kill. One gets it on the first shot.
He'll be making his way up to...
Everyone say hi, Bob.
Hi, Bob.
Now, what's interesting is if Dark Shadows gambles and grabs a key from the left and heads right, and Big Key's on the right side, we got ourselves a game again.
He's got to get up there first, and that's going to be kind of a rough climb for him.
Yep, but he shouldn't have too much of a problem. Nice, clean Armos kill with the silver arrows, of course. And we're going right side, boys.
We're going right. Dark Shadow's taking time to buy his potions.
Now Fouton is going to have to use one of his 2 keys and the Key of Samaria to head over to the right.
Fouton taking his time, making sure not to get hit by that Wallmaster.
Yeah, doesn't want to get grabbed by that and have to go all the way back to the dungeon, even though he doesn't have to do the left side anymore, so that's good.
Dark Shadows, meanwhile, on his way back up, scaling Death Mountain, while Fouton is making quick work of this room.
Let's see if it's in this room. Where does he have to go? Up there it is. Chest number 19. And the book in chest number 21.
Tempered and buttered in Ether and Bombos.
Wow. I'm thinking you're going to see a Sword on the Pedestal, actually.
That's entirely possible. I don't know if I've seen that, but it's the most logical place. Vanilla Sword.
My favorite was when in the last tournament when it wasn't progressive, the Master Sword was in the pedestal, and the text said, "I thought this was meant to be randomized."
Brilliant.
Although today I got to see what the quote-unquote pedestal text is for Moon Pearl, even though it was just on the Ether tablet.
Oh, what's the text for Moon Pearl?
Bunny Link no more.
Fair. I can see that.
Looks like DarkShadow's not... I don't think he's going to gamble right side, even though we know it's the right answer. He's just going to get these two and then do the left, which is the general strat.
Yeah, Dark Magician strat.
Well, the real Dark Magician strat is just bombing everything everywhere you see.
True. We saw an interesting strat last night, which we called the reverse Dark Magician, where they started on the left side, got these first 4 chests that are over here just on this other side, and then turn around and went right.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, I hadn't seen that before, and it looked interesting.
Yeah, DarkShadow's not going to find his big key for a while, so we'll watch Fouton make his way up through the gauntlet. Oh, Fouton took a death!
That's not going to hurt him too bad because he still has all of his progress, but ooh.
But DarkShadow is back in this run, I think, because he's only going to be about a minute or 2 behind now instead of like 4.
Yeah, that's big. He was going for his potion, realizing how close to death he was. Fouton's struggling a little bit here with the mimics.
Yeah, they're a little tricky, especially when you can't reflect with the mirror shield.
He's already getting close, so he was like,
Yeah,
nope, not again.
He's not going to make that mistake again.
You see Fouton playing it a little bit more cautious this time around through.
Well, when you take a death so late in the gauntlet, you kind of maybe second guess yourself a little bit, and you want to take your time, make sure you don't screw up again. Because if you screw up again, he might end up losing this race.
Different racers have different reactions to falling behind. Some of them become a little bit more careless, though, because they realize that they, if possible, they have just fallen behind.
Well, for the most part, people don't know whether they're head behind or not, because you don't know what your other opponent's doing.
Yeah, it's just a feeling you get sometimes. Land mollusk.
Everyone's showing why the silver arrows are so OP.
That was a nice land mollusk kill. Usually people get them right as they pop out of the ground, and he let them fly a little bit. That's
Put them from the side, a little different.
That's not easy to do, regardless of who you are.
Yeah. Fouton just missing the 0 cycle.
Oh, Fouton falling down here. Gotta start the torches over.
Yeah, that's a little unfortunate. Let's see if we can do it this time.
Taking it a little easier now.
DarkShadow gets his big key, and he's starting his ascent up the tower. I say about 2 minutes behind. Fouton gonna look for the tempered sword real quick.
No such luck, but he'll get a couple more chances here.
Yep, 2 more chests left to go. You got the validation chest and the, I forgot what they call this one now.
Well, for us, it's the worthless chest.
It's got 10 arrows, which you don't need that many to kill Ganon. You already got the. Oh, they didn't find the validation arrow, did they? Oh, and he takes a fall to Trolldorm.
Trolldorm winning the day again. Interesting, because I think DarkShadow's found the false validation arrow in the chess game.
Yeah, that was the regular single arrow. That's part of chess game. Guys, neither of these runs are validated at all. This is terrible.
Bombs. No validation.
No, not on this one. Well, it's validated in that sense. Maybe because he didn't find a validation arrow, he decided to go for that. You can't use arrows to kill Moldorm at all.
Fouton doing his Ganon strats.
That's a 1.
It's a 2.
That was a 2? That was a 2. I think that was either 1 or 2. I didn't really see if it was another hit or not. I think he just needs 1 more hit.
Missed that one entirely.
Yeah. You know, DarkShadow's making quick work of the gauntlet. Fouton, Aghanim 2 down.
DarkShadow's making time up, but we have silvers, but it's still Master Sword Ganon, so there's still plenty to make
there's still
up.
anybody's race. If something happens in the Ganon fight, this race is not over yet, folks.
Let's hear it in chat. We see a couple rooting for your favorite racer. Let's hear everyone. Who are you pulling for?
I never saw that Ganon text before.
I was busy reading chat. I didn't catch it.
It was like a cereal advertisement. Alright, we got Master Sword Ganon. We already know how tough this can be.
24 slashes.
24 spin attacks or something like that. Slashes don't hurt him.
Right.
At least they have silvers. Fouton entering phase 2. DarkShadow's still looking for his tempered sword.
And these bats hurt. I know Fouton got at least a couple potions, but
even with red mail, these things deal 2 to 3 hearts of damage.
About taking it easy, slowly. Dark Shadow's working on Troll Dorm, and he takes a fall.
Fouton entering phase 3. And Troll
He's
Dorm
doing
down.
well. Fouton saying, nope, we're going to take
Play
our
it safe.
time. Yep.
Yeah, make sure you get Torch Glitch and get your slashes ready. That's one.
One's the safe thing to do. 2.
Gonna get a double here. Got it.
There
Nice
it
double.
is.
GG for Fouton. With an official SRL time of 2 hours, 6 minutes, and 23 seconds. That was a very entertaining race on all ends.
It
Especially
was.
with
It was close the entire way through, start to finish.
And the 3 items in Turtle Rock were absolutely crazy.
I don't know if any of us expected that. I honestly expected us to have to dip into Mire or Desert.
Yeah, but they didn't go into either one of those dungeons. They didn't have. I was expecting them to have to once they found like the mirror, but no. So odds are the sword's probably in there somewhere. We'll see if Fouton would come in here for a second. Hold on.
Meanwhile, Dark Shadows is just starting his Ganon fight.
Yeah, he's not going to finish too far behind. I would guess probably about 2 or 3 minutes back, which isn't terrible for the Z score that we'll see if you qualify at a decent rate.
No, for this seed, this is a really good time considering
agreed.
Guaranteed double dip into Pod or double dip into Eastern.
Yeah, guaranteed double dip Eastern. Cape strat's interesting. I don't mind it. You have the half magic. You might as well use it.
If you got it, flaunt it.
I was wondering what that's at. Spark stick for trade. That's what the gain of burn text is.
Spark sticks for trade. Okay. We never had a pedestal check either. Oh, we have?
We have Fouton.
Hello.
Great game, Fouton. Very interesting seed. Seemed a little like it was a normal seed, I guess, and then you enter Turtle Rock and you find all 3 items for Go mode in just one dungeon. How did that feel?
That was really good for me. I was kind of worried that I'd missed something for about an hour because I had to do like ice and stuff like that way earlier than I thought I should.
Well, you missed the hammer. That was the only real thing you were kind of missing that was kind of relevant. That was and it was in a really easy spot to get. Dark Shadows, he got the hammer almost immediately, but he never went to Eastern to get the hook shot.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah,
I knew I missed Agana, but about 3 different times I was like, I missed Agana. But there's this bigger area I could go to right now, so I'll do that.
Well, we were worried about that because, I mean, we had seen Dark Shadow make the early play to get the hammer, but you kept getting value, and it seemed like you kept on finding other places to go when we were begging out for here. Get hammer, go to Agana. But no reason to go there, really.
Yeah, I was really hoping to get an earlier mirror so I could do stuff like Meyer towards that, but never really showed up until it was absolutely the end item.
And I'm sure you're thinking, oh, mirror, so now I can go look for the ice rod. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, I was like,
I'm in go mode, never mind.
I was so worried I have to find an ice rod somewhere else, and there it was right after. I also found it funny we had 2 medallions just sitting there, and we never got them.
Couldn't get him, because, well,
Could have after go mode.
He had the mirror for both of them. And DarkShadow's just finished his Ganon fight with the Master Sword and the Silvers. And he's finishing about 4 minutes behind, it looks like. Yep, he got done with an official time of 2:10:31, so 4 minutes and 8 seconds difference.
Talk to me a little bit. It looked like you were kind of on a good roll there, and then you went for your potion a little late in Ganon's tower. What was going through your mind there?
I'm not too sure why I didn't use it sooner. I was a little worried about Master Sword Ganon because I haven't practiced that in a long time. And then I realized I was about to take damage and I needed to switch the potion, but I got hit by the bolt and then into the ball, which killed me before I could actually get the potion out. So I was pretty upset by that, but I just decided to keep trying to go play it out instead of go get a bottle or something, because I was just getting frustrated with myself because I died at places I didn't want to die to. So I just said, just finish it. Maybe I'll still win.
And you did. It was really fun watching you guys because you were just neck and neck kind of the entire race. Sometimes it felt like, it started Dark Shadows was ahead because he had the hammer, and then you didn't get the hammer, but you got the hook shot and you were able to get Death Mountain, and he avoided doing that. So it was a lot of back and forth, and then he went to get he got the bow a whole lot earlier. So it was really fun watching this seed because it felt like it opened up really early and you guys went completely different directions, but still felt really close from start to finish.
Yeah, the funny thing about was the bow was in pod, right? I think
the bow was in pod. It was in the chest that you have to push the block down to get through.
Yeah, I forgot about Thieves Town. That's why I went ice first, and once I realized that, I also realized I could just go across the water to Pyramid and Catfish and all that. I was just like, oh no, I've made such a terrible decision going into ice. Can't even finish it. It was a big time loss.
We saw that, and there was the Master Sword was actually in ice right after that too. So
just on the other side with
Kane
of Samaria.
And we got Dark Shadows in here now. Good game, Dark Shadows.
Thanks. That had to have been close.
Yeah, 4 minutes. I mean, the main difference was you both hit go mode about similar times. You both made a Turtle Rock play at the same time. The only difference was Fouton logic broke and beat pod before you did, but he ran out of magic on Trinex. So Fouton had to do Swamp and Turtle Rock. You had to do Swamp, Pod, and Eastern.
Yeah, I figured the failing on the Eastern Darkroom kind of hurt.
Yeah, and where the lamp was, Darkrooms are kind of a necessity for this seed if you wanted to beat it at a reasonable time.
Yeah. Hey, Fouton, did you end up getting anything past Master Sword?
Nope, didn't find them. And I did everything but Tile Room in Ganon's Tower, so they had to be in like Desert
I
and Mire.
think you got, I would guess that was probably in Desert and Mire because that's the only place neither one of you went to, and that's probably the next place you guys were both going to go to if you guys didn't find the ice rod immediately after the mirror.
Yeah, I was thinking Mire.
You guys really both went to identical locations, just a little bit out of the way from each other at different orders, which was the most fun for watching it for us because Dark Shadow, you took the early risk to go to Agana, which hasn't historically had a lot of value, but it had the hammer. We thought you were in the lead for a long time, and then the hook shot was in Eastern, which Fouton got, which opened up all East Death Mountain. It was a great back and forth watching each of you guys unlock different areas of the world at different times.
Yeah, when I went over to Eastern and found that hook shot, I was kicking myself for not going there earlier.
I
Yeah,
was.
You,
Sorry, you go ahead.
no, you go ahead, Fouton.
Okay, I don't like doing Death Mountain early at all, so I didn't want to flute up there first, and I just completely forgot about Agana, so I was really only thinking of Eastern at that time, so I just went straight there.
Yeah, what I was going to mention was that another main difference, Fouton grabbed the boots a lot sooner than DarkShadow did because he went up and had the hook shot and did the Death Mountain run.
Yeah, I can't say that either routing was particularly bad because it just opened up, everything opened up for you guys at different areas just because of one decision here and there. Dark Shadow ended up going to grab Agana, and Fouton went to Eastern, and each of those decisions opened up different worlds, and you guys followed it. They were good routing decisions. I don't think anyone can fault you for any decision that you guys ended up making.
And you guys
It
can
just-
look at,
yeah.
if you look at the screen, if you look at the tracker, you guys have all the same items and locations met, except Dark Shadow's found Mirror Shield, where Fouton only found a second shield.
Oh man,
Oh, you won though, so you're fine.
I'm gonna go open up that seat again and check pedestal.
Yeah.
Pedestal was a full heart.
Ah,
It showed
Oh, yeah,
up
the
in
credits.
the credits. Yeah, so the swords are probably in the southwest.
I can tell you they're not in Fat Fairy.
yeah,
You
that was
both
just
checked. You
money.
both checked that. $25 in Fat Fairy.
Yeah, she was stingy tonight.
Yeah, I didn't see anything out of her from any seat that I've ran one, commentated two, and she had nothing any time.
Oh, I saw a clip from a run earlier in the week where she actually had the flute.
Yeah, and the only way you could get to her is to beat Aganon because he didn't have the hammer at that point either. That was a crazy. I saw that clip also. So, what are you guys are in Group A. Let's see what your records are. I don't know if you guys know them by heart.
That'd be my first match.
I think I'm 1-1 and Fouton's 1-0 now.
Sounds right to me.
Yeah, they were just getting everything updated, it looks like, in the commentary.
Yeah, so it's here. Dark Shadows was 1-0 and Fouton was 0-0. So yeah, Dark Shadows now 1-1. Fouton is now 1-0. We've had some crazy races today. I don't know if you guys heard about the one that myself and Vitasia covered earlier today. The one where the first sword was found deep in Ice Palace about an hour and 40 minutes in.
Oh my god.
I thought this was going to follow that a little bit, but you guys found it about 50 minutes in. Not too bad.
Yeah, this is probably the longest I've gone without a sword without actually.
Yeah, it was feeling that way, and then once I found Hammer, it was like, I don't need a sword for a while, because
Yeah, Hammer
I've
is
had
just
to work with
perfect.
Hammer.
I had to kill blind with King.
Yeah, this
Burn.
seed and last seed, I had to work with Hammer, no sword for a while.
Kane and Burner strats for blind for both of you.
And neither of you guys were really slowed down a whole lot by not having your sword, so I don't think that played too big of a role into it.
Yeah, I was only worried about the vines in Skullwoods. I wanted to finish it, but I couldn't.
As you can see on the stream, Fouton is doing a little sword hunting for us.
They're out here somewhere.
Well, obviously they're in the game somewhere. This isn't hard mode. But that was a good run for everybody. I think there's one more race happening tonight, starting at I think 11:30.
According to the schedule, I just pulled it up. There's a race going on right now over on Speed Gaming 2 for the main schedule between Zelda and Spooty Biscuit on the secondary schedule.
That should be just ending soon because they started 9. So
Yeah, it was just a little bit after us. Let's see. For tonight, no, this
No,
was
the other one's not on stream. Yeah, so that's it. That's it for Zelda for tonight. Looks like.
which is weird for a Saturday night. But tomorrow we have a lot of hype going on. We have two main schedule games. One at noon Eastern between El Magus and Seven Sins on Speed Gaming Original. At 2 o'clock, we have Rizefos versus Wild Anaconda on Speed Gaming 2. Over on the secondary schedule, looks like we have a lot of different hype action going on. All sorts of stuff just throughout the day. 10 a.m., noon, 1,
the feature
2.
race for the you're actually calling it, Vitasia. The feature race for tomorrow at 6 o'clock p.m. Herfy Durfy versus Vtorp. Whenever one of the admins gets a chance to play, as you saw with how many viewers Willard drew in his match, it's going to be a big view. And Vtorp drawing the secondary tournament back to the Speed Gaming 2, which is you don't see the secondary tournament on Speed Gaming too often. Usually we stick here on Randomizer Mania, but we will see Vtorp and Herfy Durfy on Speed Gaming 2 at 6 o'clock Eastern tomorrow.
Two very popular members of the community. So,
well, they're admins. They get special seats.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to calling that one. I hope we get some hype for that one. It's going to be a great race. I know everyone's going to be on top of their game there.
So one more time, we're going to shout out our wonderful runners, DarkShadow59, Fouton, for having a great race. My commentating partner for the second time tonight, Vitasia, great job again as always. Shout out to our tracker, Flaffy. She did a great job. And restreaming today, doing a great job with that as well, as Alvi.
Again, give your runners Fouton and DarkShadows59 to follow. If you have some extra follows, give them a subscription if you can too. These guys really were on their game tonight. But that's all from us from Randomizer Mania 2 for the Legend of Zelda Link to the Past Randomizer run. My name is Vitasia.
And I'm NY Rambler.
And everyone have a good rest of your evening.